Hello and welcome back. We had a audio problem with Twitch and OBS Studios. Hopefully it's better now. If you're listening, please let me know if that is better. Sometimes with OBS you just have these random things where the settings get moved around and you're not really sure why. I streamed yesterday several times with the exact same settings, and I didn't have the echo that I was getting, and hopefully that will fix the problem. So let's get back to finding ourselves a mission. Flat Rice Noodle, if you're still in the stream, if you can let me know if that's better, I'd really appreciate it. In the meantime, let's take this mission. Thanks, Skewed One. Thanks for letting me know. Good to see you. How are things for you in the lab right now? Let's see. Let's pick something that's not overpowering. Let's take the blackjack. And we'll put Bloody Doves in the blackjack. We have another mech we need to replace. Alright. Running short of light mech, so we'll take the fire starter here. And deploy. Still has a bit of an echo, but it's very much better. Okay, I'll work on that. The echo might just be the room itself and not the system. So we'll keep working on tweaking that as time allows. So that's one of the experiences of being one of the most experienced employees, the Skewed One. You have to lift everyone up to your level. The Skewed One works at a testing lab for many things, including COVID-19. Yeah, I think it's just room. I think you're just picking up the echo from the room. So I think we're good there. There's one other thing I can do. That should cut down on the room noise a little bit.
Command interface initiated.
Alright, let's get some missions going. So we're supposed to take out this mercenary group. Awesome. So you're saying, Skewed One, that your volume of testing for COVID-19 is going down.
Got it.
And yet what I hear is the cases are actually going up by a fair amount.
Move into position.
So that's kind of interesting to me. We're definitely in... I saw in the last 14 days, the rates for COVID-19 are back up 26%. From the previous 14-day period, which is how they measure these things. Oh, we're going to have to go a long way around here. Oh no, looks like we might actually be able to get down this way. So, COVID is definitely surging right now around the world.
I'm going.
Especially in countries where there's a significant issue with getting the vaccines out in a timely fashion. We're having lots of problems. And, the truth of the matter is, I don't think we're ever going to get completely free of COVID-19. I think we're going to have variant after variant after variant, and it's just going to become... Eventually, it's going to become like the flu.
Coordinates received.
just a more dangerous flu, because what happens
Onward. On my way.
is in countries where they're not getting the vaccine out quickly enough, we're getting variant after variant after variant. Right now, the most dangerous variants are variants that started in England, and also there's a really bad variant in Brazil. And the problem is,
I'm walking here.
you know,
Copy that.
the days of us not being a global society are long gone. So until a significant amount of the whole world has vaccinated, we're never going to get back to what I would call a normal situation where we don't have to worry about getting sick or variants coming out
Move order received.
from some other corner of the globe coming to our corner of the globe and causing issues. So I don't know if we're ever
Receiving you.
really going to get past this until there's a significant increase in the overall vaccination rates around the world. Because the biggest fear, and I've heard that, I read this in several articles over the last couple days, is that we'll have a variant come out that is completely
Orders.
non-impacted by the current vaccines, and then we'll be in a situation where we have to start fresh with new vaccines.
I'm on the clock. What do you want?
Like let's say they come up with a new variant, and I'm not picking on a country. I'm just throwing one out. Let's make up a country, okay? So let's say there's a variant that comes from Transylvania. Okay, we'll call it the vampire variant. Okay, and it's completely unimpacted by the vaccines, which means it can just spread like crazy, and the vaccine doesn't help you. Then we got to kind of start from scratch as far as dealing with it.
Let's go.
But I don't know if the country or the world has the ability to do another year like we did this last year. I mean, sadly, we do have to get to a point where we just, as a species, we can't just stay locked down forever. Because eventually it will put us in a downward spiral as far as economies and things of that nature. Ooh, a grasshopper. I would love another grasshopper. Okay, that just became our primary headshot target right there, that grasshopper. The second grasshopper would come in very handy. So that grasshopper just became our primary salvage.
Ready, Commander.
For example, if I got another grasshopper, then I could probably sell our guillotine, for example, because I think the grasshopper is much more superior as a brawler than the guillotine. Hey, Goggles, good to see you. Thanks for joining. We're just having some BattleTech on a Sunday morning. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Sending a message.
Trying to do some Conquest here. We're on a Conquest planet where we left off yesterday. Just waiting for our next opportunity to play Conquest. Let's use our fire starter. You'll notice I'm not using my most powerful mechs, and that's because this planet is a 2-skull planet. And I don't want to just use my most powerful mechs on lower skull planets. Right now we're trying to build up reputation with
I'm on the clock. What do you want?
the Steiners. Ideally, you want to get to the point where you have a good relationship with every house. You can do that. It takes a lot of work,
Decisions at high speed.
but you can get to the point where you can work for everybody,
Standing by.
which is probably the best scenario for this game. I know some people who like to do alliances. I've never seen really the big benefit. Obviously, you get some weapons that are exclusive. All right, let's wreck this Phoenix Hawk's day here.
Affirmative.
I like to get rid of everything else except for the Grasshopper, and then maximize salvage on the Grasshopper here. That's our salvage goal, is the Grasshopper. Oh, that assassin's backing off from our fire starter. He knows he's going to lose that battle.
Commander?
Alright, let's keep pushing in. See if we can keep working on this Phoenix Hawk. Well, it's not evasive. Bit of a mistake on their part here.
Firing on target.
Always want to keep a Phoenix Hawk or a light. I consider the Phoenix Hawk a light mech based on its attributes. So, generally speaking, lights go up to 45 tons, and then 45 tons and higher are mediums. But there are some mediums, like the Phoenix Hawk, that you almost have to play like a light because of their characteristics. The Phoenix Hawk has lots of jump jets. It does a good job of running around the battlefield at a very high speed. So that's its strength. So you want to play to the strengths of the Phoenix Hawk and make sure that it stays evasive, either by jumping or running. So anytime you take a Phoenix Hawk on the field and you're not running it around like it's a light mech, or jumping it like it's a light mech, it's going to get torn up really quickly. Because it doesn't have the armor of a medium. See, this Phoenix Hawk is really in a bad place here. Because it doesn't have the armor, and it's not being evasive. Lack of armor plus evasion equals really bad situation. So after watching the Snyder Cut, my future wife-to-be is now interested in exploring the DCU. So we actually watched Aquaman last night. She, like most women, have an affinity for Aquaman. I think you can imagine why. And the first time I saw Aquaman, I saw it on a plane. I didn't see it when it was in the theaters because I was kind of disappointed with Justice League, like a lot of people. So I didn't see Aquaman in the theater. So I saw it on a plane, and I thought it was decent. But watching it last night on my high-end TV and surround sound, I gotta say, it actually held up pretty well as a very solid game. No question about it. Movie. Let's go center torso on this assassin. I want as few parts of that assassin as possible. So we're going center torso, so we only get one part of that assassin.
Obligated to inform you I'm paid per kill.
No problem, Skewed One. Do what you need to do. So like I said, I watched Aquaman again last night for the second time. You know, as far as recent movies that I would call part of the universe, sprouting out around the Justice League movie, I would say Wonder Woman is number one. I would say the Snyder Cut Justice League is number two. I would say Man of Steel is number three, and I would say Aquaman is number four for me.
Engage.
And maybe even, I don't know, because I actually enjoyed Shazam, and Shazam is technically part of that universe too. So maybe Shazam would beat out Man of Steel, because Shazam was just a fun family movie. So I need to give Shazam another watch. I haven't watched that in quite some time since it came out. I should probably watch Shazam as well. There we go. Hopefully we only get one piece of that.
Hope we can
Phoenix Hawk? Good. Alright. So now it's just us versus this grasshopper.
stand by.
Alright, so we want to get headshots on this grasshopper. So we're actually going to flank everybody else around. If we take a round away from fighting this grasshopper, that's okay. Alright, Blackjack can shoot at the grasshopper. Ooh. That's a nice firing position there for the Blackjack. He's going to get a bonus. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to use Cluster here, because what I want to do is degrade some of that armor on his head to increase the chances of a successful headshot here. Firestarter, let's sprint.
Acknowledged.
What we're trying to do, there's a couple ways you can maximize salvage on one mech. And for people that have been playing for a while, please bear with me. This is more of like a tutorial for people who are inexperienced. So, with Battletech Advanced, the enemy does have a panic mechanism. So, the more that a mech is hit, it reduces their morale and makes them unsteady. The more that they are, for example, surrounded, that will impact their ability. So we'll go for a headshot here. It's not the best chance of a headshot, but we'll start taking those headshot opportunities.
Yeah.
All right.
Roger.
So each time that an enemy, mech gets hit by a different enemy mech, it increases their anxiety and panic.
Target.
So what we're doing here, I don't want to break the grasshopper, but I do want to hit it with as many different mechs as we can, because that will actually increase the panic. Here, we have another chance for headshots with this Gauss rifle. Let's turn off all these lasers. I just want to take shots at the head right now. Alright, that was a head hit. So, his head is not looking good right now. Alright, we're making some good progress. So what we want to do is we want to take our other mechs and we just want to pepper this grasshopper with just enough fire that he feels stressed out, and that will increases the chances that he might eject even before we finish off his head. Okay. So I'm trying to constantly hit him with just enough from each of our mechs that it raises his panic level without doing too much damage. Because we want to try to get this guy intact.
Commander.
So same thing here. What we're going to do is we're going to run up our fire starter.
Double time. Let's go.
We're going to turn off everything except for our flamers. Because we're trying to increase his anxiety level. Make him panic.
I'm on the clock. What do you want?
So that if we don't get a headshot, there's still a chance that he might eject from panic.
Let's make some bad
So that's what I'm
decisions
trying to
at
do
high
here.
speed.
Could we just destroy him? Absolutely. Wouldn't be hard to do. It'd be barely an inconvenience. But what we're trying to do is maximize the salvage. So as you can see here, how much he has 6 structure in the head, and he has no armor. It's all structure. So if any of our weapons hit the head, it's going to be a headshot here, no question about it. But he only has 5 armor here. So what we're actually going to do is we're only going to shoot 1 Gauss rifle to the head. Ah, hit the center torso.
For orders.
That was not what I was looking for there.
Location confirmed.
Alright, we only want to take headshots here. But I also want to panic him. So, man, he doesn't look like he's going to panic enough. So I'm not going to shoot our missiles at him. Alright, so we still have another chance at the head.
Rolling.
So again, we're going to do 1 Gauss rifle to the head. Trying to maximize our chances of... We're either going to hit the center torso and he's going to die, or we're going to hit the head. It's about 50-50 here. Let's see. Yep, there we go. Lethal
Let's
damage.
target.
We got 4 parts of it. Now, if I had just hit him with everything we got, we might have gotten 2 or maybe even only 1 part. But by being patient, we were actually able to get all 4 parts of that grasshopper. So that was good. That was successful right there. No damage for our team. Alright, so we're only going to get 3 parts that we choose. And we're going to have to hope we get the other part of the grasshopper. So let's cross our fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we got the grasshopper. We also got an assassin part. A Phoenix Hawk part. Some other miscellaneous salvage. So there you go. We just got ourselves another grasshopper. And that is how we maximize salvage, my friends. You isolate the mech that you really want the most salvage from, and you try to pick it apart with headshots. And then, if I had used all my firepower, we probably could have taken that grasshopper out in about 1 round instead of 3 or 4. But we wouldn't have gotten all of the mech that way. And I wanted another grasshopper. Okay, so we're adding a grasshopper, so I need to pick something. Oh, we have 1 more slot. We have 1 more slot, so I don't have to get rid of anything yet. Alright, let's build this grasshopper out.
That mech you wanted is back online.
Okay, so I really like to use my grasshoppers as brawlers and disablers. That's where they are best. Again, if you're an experienced player of the game, bear with me. I'm trying to get more educational about some of our streams to show everybody what we can do here. So we're going to take off this large laser because that takes a lot of firepower. Now what we're going to do, although, is we're going to significantly rebuild this mech. So we're going to put in a XL engine. It does make it more vulnerable, but look at that tonnage that freed up. That's a significant amount of tonnage. Do we have... Don't have any heatsink kit, so I'm going to have to keep this as a single heat sink mech. We're going to take out the LRM-5s. Now what we can do... actually, I'm going to keep the medium lasers. I could switch this to ER medium lasers, but the fact that we have regular heat sinks makes me not want to do that. So our next option is... Okay, we have 2 plasma rifles available. So I'm going to take 2 medium lasers. Plasma rifles can be put into an energy slot. They are an energy weapon by definition. So we're going to take off these medium lasers, put on 2 plasma rifles here. We're going to make sure we get the ammo for the plasma rifles. Boom. And boom. Now the ammo for plasma rifles do not explode. It's basically plastic that gets shot out that has been superheated. So you don't have to worry about explosions for plasma rifle ammo. Okay, so then we're going to free up some space in the torso by moving around some of these heat sinks. One of the things that is always good to do is take as many heat sinks as you can and put them in the center torso if you have the space for them. They don't need to be up here. They can be in the center torso and work just fine. All right, so that gives us this mech has plenty of pod space. So one thing we could do is we could do heavy armor plating, which would really increase the durability of this mech. So the durability is really going to go up with that heavy armor plating, which is going to offset the XL engine component, because every point of armor that we put in, here's the explanation. Every point of armor, the tonnage is increased by 25% while taking up. So you get a significant buff of 0.25 for your armor. So very powerful buff for a melee mech. So let's finish fiddling this thing out. And what we're going to do is we're going to put a whole bunch of flamers on this sucker, as many as we can get away with. Flamer, 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 and flamer. Okay, now we got to adjust the weight a little bit. Let's take some weight off of the legs, some armor off of the legs. And the durability on this mech is 960. Now, how's the heat efficiency? Heat sinking, we're close to neutral. And that is pretty good, because we're not going to be using the plasma rifles every time. And we're not going to be using the flamers every time. They're not mutually exclusive, but you're probably going to use one or the other. I could even argue let's take off the 2 medium lasers. Because I really want to armor this sucker up. So we don't have to worry about losing this mech due to the XL engine. So as you can see, the durability goes up exponentially. So now it's over 1,000 because we have that heavy armor plating on this mech. So this is definitely a brawler. Even though the firepower looks low, when this thing gets in close, a combination of melee and heat is going to shut down most mechs pretty quickly. So that's the reason we have this design the way it's going to be. You can't let the actual damage stats dissuade you from putting together a mech that serves a specific purpose. In this case, this is a disabler and a brawler for melee. So that's what it's designed to do. It will do it very well. Okay, so we'll have that available at some point.
I'll let you know when that's done.
Yeah, it's going to be a while. Right, so now we can actually wait a couple days for our next mission to flip the planet. Right, flare up contract notification. As you can see, that gets put in your timeline so you know exactly when you have another flare up mission. Hostile acquisitions. Oh, it's an ambush. I hate ambushes, but unfortunately, with this type of mission, we don't have a choice. We have to take what the flipping mission is. So this is an ambush mission. I hate those. So we're going to maximize our ability to increase our relationship with our employer, because I really want to become friendly with the Lyrian Commonwealth. Alright, so we've got the Blackjack, the Jaggermech, the Catapult. I think we're going to take something with a little bit more beef to it. We're going to take our Orion instead of the Blackjack Omni. I like the Jaggermech, the Catapult, and the Dragonfire for what they can do for us. And we need a little bit more speed. So let's take the Firestarter out. We'll put the Jenner in. And, you know what? With an ambush convoy, we're going to have to do some stomping on vehicles. And the Vapor Eagle is not good at melee. So we're going to stick with this combination. Well, yeah, you can skip the Muskeud one. That is true. But what I mean is, I don't like ambush missions, but I'm if it's part of a conquest scenario, I'll take them because it's part of the bigger objective of flipping the planet as quickly as possible. Because you're not the only one that's engaged in trying to get control of the planet. You're just one of the units that's fighting. So if you skip a mission in Conquest, your side could lose the battle because you skip a mission. Because if it's close enough to where your side is going to lose, you could easily lose a planet by not taking a mission. Those couple days could be critical. Alright, so we got to try to figure out where the convoy is going. Stop the convoy from escaping. Of course, they're moving away from us, which is the worst possible scenario. So what they're going to do is they're going to move up this road to get away from us. So what we need to do is we need to get vision on that convoy
Good to go.
as quickly as possible. So we're going to have our faster units go directly to the convoy.
Target is within sensor range.
Yep. Oh, there's the convoy. It's actually up on the road. which is a real nightmare scenario for us. It's going to be really hard for us to get there in time.
Moving, Commander.
Yep, Skewed One, you're right. So,
All right, let's get down to it.
fortunately, we have a catapult here that has some long-range firepower, and we have multiple mechs with Gauss rifles.
Acknowledged.
But we really need to close in on this
Location
enemy force as quickly as we can to keep them from escaping. This is one of the worst ambush convoy maps there is, for that very reason. So we need to actually push up. Yeah, I mean, this easily could be a mission that we'll lose, simply because actually our biggest value here is actually going to be sensor locking. Probably sensor locking this Manticore.
I've got a sensor lock.
Good to go.
Alright, and then
Got it.
let's see. Our Jenner can move up. We've got... We can hit that Chaparral artillery tank. Or I think we can hit one of the escorts in the rear. So, or did I not? No, I'm not positioned to do that, so might as well
Confirmed.
see if we get lucky. Nah, didn't even hit the broadside of a barn there.
Reporting light damage.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough mission for us to succeed with.
I've been sensor locked.
Ambush convoy missions are my least favorite by a huge margin.
Ready, Commander.
Alright, let's see what we can do.
Throttle up.
We're going to have to be sprinting each round and attacking targets that are as far down the list as possible. Alright, let's do Battle Lord here. Still lousy hit percent chances on the Manticore.
Primary target is taking damage.
I'm on the clock. What do you
This
want?
is not going to be fun. Okay. Hopefully we can get some Gauss rifle shots here. Alright, alright, let's go for the Brutus. Hoping to get lucky. Alright, one hit out of two.
Orders.
Alright.
Roger that.
Alright, thank goodness we have some swarm LRMs. Alright, let's do swarm on this Brutus, and hopefully we'll get some damage to the other vehicles as well.
Orders?
Alright, Dragonfire. Alright, good hit percent chances here on the Brutus. Oh, we got 2 hits.
Damage, Commander. Keep
That was a lucky strike for
I have
us.
become death.
We need some luck to take this convoy out before it gets out of range. Absolutely.
Losing armor.
Because we're going to have to
Not much
ignore
armor left
the
in that
escorts. Yeah, Swarm is very useful. Swarm is one of my most favorite LRM types. Fast Cam and Swarm are very powerful if you use them correctly. Alright, we can't go after the convoy here, but we can get some good shots at this Strider at close range while we get our faster mechs in position to go after the convoy next round. So we're going to do the same thing here.
Copy that.
We're going to have to ignore the escorts. The escorts are going to have to be ignored. The only reason I'm shooting at this Strider is the fact that we have to shoot at something while we run by.
Copy that.
So we might as well shoot at this Strider.
I'm taking heat damage.
You're not taking heat damage. Stop complaining. Now you're taking heat damage. Ouch.
This heat. It's frying my
Yeah, I've
trunk.
never really been a fan of the bees weapons, actually. Oh, they're shooting at their own mechs. That's always a nice plus.
They've got a lock on me.
Okay, now the enemy's probably going to drop some arrows on us. Yep. Oh, no, it's too close to shoot at us with arrows. That's very good.
Heavy hits, Commander.
Ready, Commander.
Alright, so now we got to see what we could do with the rest of our mechs that are trying to catch up. Let's see. Yeah, we're going to have to run through that mineral field. No, we don't have to run through the mineral field.
Bravo.
Alright, so let's hit that Strider. Try to give some support to our lighter mechs that are trying to get in melee range of the convoy.
Systems holding.
Armor breach. Internal damage.
Alright, Jagger mech, what can you shoot at? Alright, you can shoot at the Manticore. Again, it's not going to be the best hit percent chances, but we can make it better with a precision strike. And we're going to go for the turret. Come on, we need some good hits. 1 out of 2 is not going to do it. Alright, again, we've got our Swarm. Our Swarm might be the hero of this game. Let's see. Alright, we're going to target the Chaparral. But we should also get some splash damage on that Manticore as well. As well as our mechs. Can't be helped.
That shot got past my armor.
Cannot be helped. We're doing the best we can with what we have. Alright, okay, we really need to get 2 hits on this Manticore here. Come on. Nice. Alright, there goes the Manticore. Half of the enemy convoy is down.
Vehicle destroyed. Boss.
It's a good start. Alright, there goes some arrows. Better that they're shooting at my heavier mechs than my lighter mechs, so that's a good trade-off.
Commander.
Not much armor left in that location.
Alright, and what we need to do is we need to get our lighter mechs ahead of the convoy
Understood. Moving fast.
and go after the vehicle that's the farthest away from us with our fastest mechs
Locked on.
and start working on this Demolisher, for example.
I'm here.
Now that we have vision on it, our Jenner can actually go in for melee. So he can do some bonus damage with a
Target
kick,
for a physical attack.
and he can unleash his missiles.
Hey, watch those heat levels.
We have to kind of ignore the escorts here until we take out the convoy. If the convoy gets away, we fail. It doesn't matter what happens with the escorts. So the escorts are going to get their pound of flesh from our faster mechs. Not much we can do about that. But we've got to keep this this convoy from getting away. And actually, by being in range of the convoy, it actually slows the convoy down because they're actually not moving as quickly as they could, because part of them is like, okay, well, I can attack these people that are attacking us. Alright, so we can hit the Chaparral tank. The hit percent chances are lousy here. Okay. So we're probably better off taking this shot at the escort. Ooh, nice hit on that Strider with the AC-20. Nice hits on that Strider.
Dealt a heavy hit there.
That'll take some of the pressure off of our lighter mechs
Look, what do you want?
as they push in to attack the rest of the convoy. Alright, our Jagger mech should be able to get in range of the Chaparral tank, but the hit percent chances are lousy again. Alright, almost better off just taking the shot on the Strider here to take the pressure off of our lighter mechs.
Commander.
That's a lot of lasers on an avatar. The skewed one. Alright, catapult again. We're going to try to get as much bang for our buck from our missiles. We got the Demolisher, the Strider, or the Chaparral. Let's see. If we go for the Chaparral, we'll get damage to the Chaparral, and we should hit the Strider as well.
Damage.
Yes, knockdown on the Strider. That will help our lighter mechs focus in on the vehicles, so that's good.
Ready for orders.
Alright, Dragonfire, what do you got? What do you got? The Dragonfire has a better accuracy buff than the Jagger mech. So we actually get a decent shot at that Chaparral missile artillery tank. We also have the precision strike ability. So we can hopefully take out this Chaparral tank here with some 2 shots from the same area. Yep, okay, so there we go. So 3 of the convoy targets are down. We only have to take 1 more out. And we have 2 light mechs to do it.
They're flanking.
So we should actually be in a very good shot to finish off the convoy before it escapes. I didn't think we'd be able to pull this off. We haven't done it yet, but it's actually looking really good right now. Alright, so we're going to go for melee. Nice little kick. And hopefully our weapons fire is going to go right into that weak armor from the kick. Yes, there we go.
I'm coming in hot.
Alright, so now we've basically destroyed the convoy. So now our lighter mechs can now switch their targets to the escorts. Let's see if we can finish off the Strider here. Okay, there we go. There goes the Strider. That sounds like a nice build. 4 large, 2 ER mediums, and 4 regular mediums. That sounds like a very solid build for an Avatar. I'm going to have to give that a try, Skewed One. I don't know if I'm going to have an Avatar in this playthrough. We haven't seen them a lot. And I'm kind of getting over the weight of where an Avatar would be useful for me. Alright, so this is our Ryan. This is our Brawler. So we're going to get in nice and close. And neither of these enemies have a lot of evasion. So this is going to be a bad situation for this Hermes too, for example. Alright, we're going to do precision ammo for the AC-20.
Engaging primary target. Dealt a heavy hit there.
Alright, that Hermes is in a bad way. It has the least evasion, so we're definitely going to keep peppering this Hermes. Nice hit and a knockdown. And there we go. There goes the Hermes.
Orders. Copy that.
Alright, let's use the last. Let's see. Yep, I can exactly use the last of, almost use just the last of our swarm here on this fire starter.
Standing by. Acknowledged.
This mission actually went pretty smoothly.
Targeted for an alpha strike.
All things considered, we had the map against us. Luckily, the vehicles in the convoy were relatively slow vehicles, or that could have been a lot harder.
Let's move.
And we're running pretty hot here.
Acknowledged. Over the red line. Heat damage.
It's not heat damage. This is
On my
not
way.
regular Battletech. This is BTA. We don't take heat damage just for going over the red line.
Solid connection.
This is the point where this Firestarter Omni should really really should just power down. In traditional Battletech lore, he would kind of power down and say, "I give up," and surrender his mech.
Pushing the red line.
Of course, we don't have that in this game. Let's see. But that's an example of what would happen in regular Battletech is you would actually contact the enemy mech and say, "Hey, why don't you just surrender?
Commander.
You're not going to win."
Take this.
So I'm going to take a quick poll here. Falcon and the Winter Soldier has been out for 3 days now. If anybody does not want me talking about spoilers for Falcon and the Winter Soldier, please say no spoilers in the chat.
Successful.
If I don't get an answer in 30 seconds, I'm going to talk to Skewed One about Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So I'm giving you guys 30 seconds to tell me no spoilers, and that will help me handle this appropriately. So, Kurita takes a 3-point loss for the flare-up, so that's a significant defeat for the enemy here. So it was worth us taking this mission. So we got a little bit of damage to the Jenner, not too bad. And we got an LRM-20 out of it. posture check. Hi, Fire Moon. Celix, thanks for joining our stream. All right, 20 more seconds. All right. You don't get bonuses like that for the flip. You should, when you flip a planet, you should get bonuses for the victories. You might want to double check. You definitely should get those. I get those every time I succeed with a Conquest mission. I get one of those. So you should get those as well. So let's talk about Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I thought the second episode was epic. I really thought it did a great job. That could be it. Well, are you doing Conquest missions? Because that was a Conquest mission, so that's why I got the bonus. So if you're not doing a Conquest mission, that might be why. I'm gonna... I need more heat sinks on this mech. It's running so hot that we can't actually use the weapons I have on it, so it's kind of a waste. So let's take off this SRM-4, which gives me 2 more tons for heat sinks. So, I don't know. That must be a twerk. So as far as Falcon and the Winter Soldier, again, one more chance. If somebody wants me to not talk about it, I think you might as well back out of the stream, because I think we're going to talk about it. It's been 3 days. It was such a complex episode. I really like the direction. I saw some commentary from one of the executive directors, who's an African American individual, and he very clearly, one of his inputs is that they're really trying to address race issues in the show, and I think it resonates really well with what's going on in America right now. There's probably a portion of the viewing audience that doesn't like that sort of commentary. Not much we can do about that. But I really like the social commentary. There is a new character introduced, which is who was called the Black Captain America. Now, that was what he was called in the comic books, okay? So, let's call him the African American Black Captain America, okay? So, apparently, after... And he is somebody who was actually in the comics. I really liked the... they really addressed... In just a few minutes... They really addressed how the government took advantage of Isaiah, who was the African-American Captain America, after our Captain America was put on ice. He was given the super soldier serum. He ended up fighting the Winter Soldier in Vietnam. So it showed how they were taking advantage of African-American soldiers back in the day for experimentation. It also showed that when you saw that confrontation between Falcon and the Winter Soldier and the police after they met Isaiah, it really emphasized some of the institutional racism that happens on an everyday level. I mean, it was very clear that those police officers were taking the side of Winter Soldier. They're like, hey, is this guy bothering you? When they were both arguing equally. So I thought that was a very poignant effort by them. We're just going to take this assassinate mission here to show racism on many levels in one quick segment of the games of the show. So I really liked the fact that they did the social commentary. They also did a great job of going back to the original Captain America movie, where basically Captain America was being used as a PR piece, right? He doesn't have the super... this is John Walker. He doesn't have the super soldier serum yet. So he's just a regular guy. He might be extremely athletic. He's a combat veteran. But he doesn't have the powers that made Captain America great. So they're just basically using him as a PR propaganda piece instead of a true hero. And I really like the conflict where John Walker is actually given a human side to him, where he's like, hey, I don't want to disappoint people. I want to do a good job. Eventually, I think he's going to turn dark. And you can see that at the end of the episode.
Interface initiated.
You know, it's very clear. I'm almost certain that
Turn up the AC.
Falcon and John Walker are going to constantly be antagonizing each other. And I think eventually John Walker is just going to turn full rogue. Or, you know, I wouldn't be surprised, because it feels like the government has a agenda that they want to reach, right? They clearly want to have John Walker be the poster child for America, right? So it wouldn't surprise me if there isn't an eventual situation where some of the government, and it could probably be Thunderbolt Ross, for example, ends up actually turning against Falcon actively.
Engaging.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't try to arrest the Winter Falcon. Or, sorry, the Winter Falcon. That's a new one. It wouldn't surprise me if the government either actively turned against Falcon or tried to arrest him for some reason. You know, it could simply be, you know, they could say that he interfered with a military operation or something like that, and the next thing you know,
I'm on the clock. What do you want?
they're back to being against the government again. You have to remember,
Bad decisions.
historically, right before Infinity War, Falcon, Captain America were both wanted men by the government. They both were fugitives. So it does make a lot of sense that the government is going to favor their guy, quote unquote, over Falcon if they get into serious conflict. I could really easily see that happening, where they just say, what's this? An Ostrich. Laser carrier. Yeah, let's go after this Patton here with Swarm, and we should also hit that laser carrier too. Nope, laser carrier's not close enough. Okay, that's fine. So, I mean, I think that is going to be ratcheted up. You know, you have to keep in mind, this is a limited series, so there's only 6 episodes. So we're actually a third of the way through the story. So there's a lot of stuff that has to happen between now and the end of the series. So I'm very curious to see how they work through all the things that we need to do in this series here. Yeah, might as well just put everything into the Patton, actually. Only one hit on the Patton with the Gauss rifles. So, I think the conflict between John Walker and those two teams, right? So we've got Battlestar and John Walker, and we have Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I think they're constantly going to run into each other, and there's going to be situations where they're going to be fighting each other and the enemy at the same time. I think it's just going to happen. Because, and then I think it's really easy for the government to say, oh, well, Falcon is now gone rogue, and we're going to make him a public enemy again. Because he was a public enemy back when he was backing Captain America. So there is a precedence for the government to turn against Falcon. Yeah, I mean, I think that's the biggest surprise, Skewed One, and the biggest pleasant surprise is the fact that they are very aggressively attacking racism in America. And I think that's awesome. I was in the military for several years. And one of the first things we really we learned in the military, nice hit there, is that in the Army, I can only speak to the Army because that was the branch I was in. But in the Army, truly, every one of your fellow soldiers was green. And what that means is we didn't see color, or at least I didn't see color.
Light damage.
I saw my fellow soldiers who were all working for an objective. So there was no room for racism in my military experience. Was there some? I'm sure there was. But, as a non-commissioned officer, a senior sergeant, for me, it was all about they were my fellow soldiers. They were the people that were putting themselves on the line, sacrificing for the good of the country. And there really isn't room. In fact, I would argue that probably, I would say almost universally, one of the best things for people who might have those racial biases is to actually serve in some capacity with minorities. Because quite frankly, there are a lot of good people who simply just because of their environment are racially biased, okay? So there could be people from parts of the country where there aren't a lot of minorities, right? Like the Midwest, maybe
Take that.
Alaska or the Northwest, where
Waiting for orders.
minorities truly are minorities, right? And they just don't have an opportunity to spend time with people of other cultures. So those inherent racial stereotypes that we have in society will impact those people just because they don't have the experience with other cultures. So actually getting to the point where you can actually interact with minorities
Targeting for a physical attack.
and learn that they are people just like everyone else, it's really the best thing that could happen for people, and that's the real sad thing, is that sometimes we have people that, either given their environment or given their raising or the people that they grew up with, they just have a lack of understanding
Look, what do you want?
that humans truly are humans. We are all, a African American or an Asian American or a Mexican American, or we don't even have to add American to it. Just people in general. Their genetic makeup is like 99.9999999 the same as a white person. Right? It's not.
Let's see.
It's such a small variation, and it divides us. And that it's really, I find it very sad. I'll give you an example from my personal experience. Okay, so I recently sold a house to move into my new house. So during the process of purchasing my house, there was a African American couple.
Some heavy damage.
They were trying to get into our neighborhood. Our neighborhood is generally, and I'm just talking about demographics here. Our neighborhood is generally a white neighborhood, upper income, and actually Jewish is the predominant religious event in this area. So this couple, even though they had the money to purchase the house, they had excellent credit. They were very successful and good people
Commander.
in their careers. They had been turned down to buy a house
For orders.
5 times. Where's our target unit? Oh, it's over here. Okay. They have been turned down to buy a house 6 times. And
Firing jump.
it wasn't that they didn't have the money. It wasn't that they didn't have the credit. They were just constantly being chosen against by the sellers of a house. Now, I don't know what the other reasons were, but the fact that this family met the criteria for buying a house in every metric,
Armor holding.
but they kept getting They kept not getting the house. I'm assuming because of their race. It quickly became a no-brainer to me that what we had to do was give this couple the opportunity to purchase their house. And we immediately made the decision that we were going to give them the first opportunity to purchase the house. And, we felt that we didn't know the details about why they were not being given the opportunity to purchase the houses before ours. All we knew was
Copy that.
to have that happen 6 times in a row just felt wrong to us. Yeah, that's very common.
Ready for orders.
Except in this scenario, this couple
Heading out. Full
had more than sufficient financial ability to purchase the house. Not a problem. In fact, they made one of the largest offers on the house.
All an ass.
But even if they hadn't had one of the highest offers, we definitely would have taken that into consideration because we felt it was wrong that this couple was not getting the... Now, I could understand if they were only said no once or twice. Maybe they didn't have the best offer. Maybe they didn't have something. Maybe the other people were just better with their credit or something like that. I don't know. But to have it happen 6 times is suspicious. That doesn't sound to me like it's just bad luck. That sounds to me like people, and it could be just a subconscious situation where some people are just deciding between two equal people, and they have a natural tendency, because in society,
Bad decisions and high
we, on a genetic level or a social level, it's probably more accurate. Humans are predisposed to be tribal. Okay, so we absolutely, as human beings, want to be with our own kind, and that happens on a subconscious level. And in many cases,
Destroyed.
good people don't even realize that they're actually being racially biased, just because their instincts tell them that they want to be with people of their own background, let's say. Okay? And it doesn't have to just be racial, right? Okay, so let's say you take say you take a group of people that are from the South, right? Ooh, this is nice salvage, this Bolerathon. Ooh, we're gonna have to try to get as much salvage out of this Bolerathon as we can. Let's just get a tag on this Bolerathon.
Target damaged.
I want to try to get as much salvage out of this Bolerathon as we can. What was I talking about? So let's say you take a bunch of people from the South, and let's not take race into it. Let's just say these are people whose families have lived in the South for generations, okay? And you introduce them to two people. One person from, say, California, and one person from the South. Those people from the South are going to automatically, on a subconscious level, all things being equal, they're going to tend to like the person that's from the South more than the person that's from California, because they have similar experiences and histories. Like, that's just the truth of the matter.
Let's make some bad decisions.
That's part of human nature. So, I mean, there is intentional racism, and there's cultural bias racism. They're two very, very different things.
Let's see if I'm sober enough to line this up.
Ooh, nice hits there.
Aye, aye.
I just realized I didn't maximize salvage on this one, did I? I did not, because I thought I've wanted a Bolerathon for a long time. No, nice hits there.
Waiting for orders.
So, I mean, that's
Going full throttle.
why there's so many levels of racism. It really is like an onion, you know? And I think the best way to fight racism is to give everyone the opportunity to be involved with as many people as possible. Nice headshot there. A skewed one says, "Oh, I get the example. I've been living here for nearly 2 decades." Skewed one lives in Oklahoma, and I still feel out of place being originally from Chicago. Yeah, because you're still going to be a outsider to be, for example. So if I move to another place, I've lived in California since I was 8. So for 40 years I've lived in California. I'm actually looking forward to moving to another state, because California has a lot of negatives to it. And I grew up in the Midwest, so I'm not opposed to bad weather or different environments. But I can't move out of the state for 4 more years, at least. So when I move to another state, am I going to be kind of an outsider? Probably a little bit, because I'm not used to that culture and environment. Getting back to Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I love the dynamic they're setting up of conflict between John Walker and Falcon. And you can see that Battlestar, John Walker, and Winter Soldier and Falcon are going to go at each other. Right now, it's not a fair fight. Like, I would argue Falcon is probably more capable than John Walker. But there's no question that the Winter Soldier would mop the floor of Battlestar. So it's not really a fair fight right now. And I think that's why it was an interesting dynamic when Bucky said, hey, why don't we just kick their asses, basically, and take the shield? Because they could have done that. They could have wiped the floor with John Walker and Battlestar. But Falcon was cognizant of the fact that that's not the right thing to do. That's not what they should do as heroes. Let's see, we got 3 days till we have a flare-up battle. Do we have any repairs we need to make? So I really like... Now, I think what's going to happen is I think John Walker is going to be given probably the next episode. It wouldn't surprise me that John Walker and maybe even Battlestar
I'll let you know when that's done.
end up taking the superhero serum. And then I think at some point, Falcon is going to be in a situation where he has to take the serum. And then Falcon will take the serum and he will become enhanced. And then that will kind of change the whole dynamic as far as whether he feels he can be Captain America or not. So I think at some point, Falcon's going to be in like a situation where either he's going to take the serum or he's going to die, and he chooses to take the serum. So that will be interesting to see. The Power Broker, I'm really excited about seeing the Power Broker. So the Power Broker, I don't know how deep they're going to go into the comic book history of the Power Broker, but the Power Broker in the comics is actually the character that gives Bucky the super soldier serum. He gives Bucky a counterfeit version of the Winter Soldier serum. So that's how Bucky got his powers in the comic books, is from the Power Broker. So it'll be interesting to see if Bucky knows who the Power Broker is when they come in interaction. Will he be like, oh, that's the guy who gave me my powers? Or will he be like, I don't know? No. So when Bucky, in the comic books, when Bucky was working with Captain America, he was just a regular guy. He did not have superpowers. When Bucky became the Winter Soldier, he was actually given the super soldier serum by the Power Broker as part of his experiments. Let's see. Did he have the serum as Cap? Oh, Falcon. Yeah, no. In the comic books, I don't think Falcon ever got the superhero serum. I think he was just a regular guy with great military skills. Basically, in the comic books, Bucky was kind of like John Walker. He didn't have the physical super syndrome. He was just a serum. He was just very capable. Let's see. We've got the flare up. Let's take a look at how the battle is going here. Really quickly before I keep going with my train of thought. But I do think... Alright, so Draconis Forces 7. Lyrian Commonwealth Forces 4. So we're actually close to... This battle is going to go down to the wire, which is why I'm taking every mission they send at me. Yeah, like John at this point with the wings, yes. But I do think in the MCU, they want Falcon to get the super soldier serum so he can actually be more of a counterpart with the other Avengers. Because here's the thing, Askewed One. Falcon is always going to be a very capable human warrior. Okay, but think about what we have in the Avengers right now. We have Doctor Strange, who's extremely powerful. We have Spider-Man, who's extremely powerful. We have Thor, who's extremely powerful. We have possibly Vision coming back, which is very powerful. We have Wanda. Now, Wanda is shaping up to be kind of an enemy, but she's still very powerful. So I think for Falcon to take on that role as being the leader of the Avengers, which I think what is one of the things they're going to eventually get to, he needs to have the super soldier serum. Try saying that 10 times. Super soldier serum. Because if he doesn't, he's just going to be a guy. He's just going to be a guy in the background. And let's see, what's this mission? Take the bait. Ooh, that's a really good mission. And there might be some good salvage. So we're actually going to maximize salvage on this one. And it's a 2.5 skull mission. We might get some good salvage out of this. So we got the Orion, the Jagger mech, the Catapult, the Dragonfire. I think we're good with those mechs. Let's switch back to the... you know what? Let's do the Vapor Eagle. I'm going to take the Vapor Eagle and the Raven. Yeah. So, I mean, I think for the MCU, they want him to end up with the serum so he can be he can level up to where he is with the rest of the Avengers. Because I don't think, Captain America was a great leader, and he was a natural leader, which is why he became, in effect, the leader of the Avengers. You could argue sometimes it was Tony, sometimes it was Captain America, depending on the scenario. But in battle, when they're fighting the enemy, Captain America is usually making the big decisions. And for Falcon to become that leader of the Avengers, he's going to have the skills to do it. So I think they're setting this up so Falcon will get the super soldier serum so he can be more capable as a fighter. Because he's kind of limited right now.
Command interface initiated.
Yeah, that's another way to go. Skewed One. If he doesn't get the serum, then he might just become the mentor of an inexperienced team. But keep in mind here, what is the goal? There's going to be young Avengers. We're pretty sure that's going to come. But there's also going to be the regular Avengers team.
All right.
And, they have a couple options for who's going to be the battle leader for the Avengers, right?
Ready for orders.
You've got Captain Marvel, if she's going to show up, but, Captain Marvel isn't as popular of a character, I think, as Sam Wilson. So I think they would rather have Sam Wilson be the leader as opposed to Captain Marvel.
Coordinates.
I just firmly believe that they want to set up
Moving out.
Falcon to be one of the leaders of the new Avenger generation. Yeah, Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers. She could definitely be a leader based on her power and her experience, but I don't know if they want her to be the battle leader for the Avengers. Because you have to remember, one of the great things about the MCU is they build and they build and they build. Everything has a purpose, right? So I think this series is about Falcon becoming a true leader of the Avengers in the future. And for him to do that, I feel like he needs to have the power
Copy that.
of the super soldier serum.
Sensor trace. Looks like enemy reinforcements.
Well, that's certainly possible, Skewed One, because you never know what's going to happen with the Avengers. But
Gage.
I do think that they wouldn't have this series unless it was building to something bigger for Sam Wilson. I mean, this is really Sam Wilson's journey from being a supporting character to being a leader. And I think a lot of that comes from this situation. Oof, bad hit percent chances. We'll up it a little bit. Still probably not going to hit with this AC-20, but we got plenty of ammo. So I think a lot of this series is about having Falcon really come into his own as a leader and as a warrior.
What do you want?
Because, you know, Falcon has a lot of benefits to the Marvel brand. And I don't want to get political here.
High speed.
Was, you know, the Avengers really need two things right now. And Skewed One, I want to hear about your biggest nitpick in a second, but let me finish this point. So, the Avengers have two things that they really need right now. Number one is they need minority presence. Because if you look at the Avengers, they're as white bread as they come, right? We need some minorities because it's just the right makeup for the group for many reasons. But they also need characters that can be humanized and relatable to the audience. So if you look at the makeup of the team right now, right? We've got Spider-Man. He's relatable, but you know, in the comics, he was kind of a loner, right? He wasn't a big community person. He didn't engage in social interaction. He was not engaged in being the rah-rah hero. He was kind of, I like to be in the sidelines, right? You've got Doctor Strange, who's certainly not a typical human. So they need relatable characters as part of the team. And I think Falcon is one of the most relatable characters that they have left. You know, Tony Stark was relatable because he was very flawed and he didn't have powers of his own. Black Widow was certainly relatable because she was flawed and she didn't have powers. Same thing with Hawkeye. But they need those characters so it's not just superhumans, because it's not as relatable to the audience. So, Skewed One, what was your nitpick about the episode? Go ahead and give it to me. We could talk about it. All right. All right. Hopefully, this is not the mech that we were focusing down on, because it's not very exciting salvage.
Cry havoc.
I mean, I'll take an Orion if that's what I have available.
Last I see.
When Bucky jumps onto the back of the lead truck. So what didn't you like about that? One thing I do want to talk about is, and I want to see more of it, is in Falcon, in the Winter Soldier movie. Oh yeah, that's true, but that's just comic books. That's just comic books, but they certainly would have had cell phones they could call and say, "Hey, buddy, somebody just jumped onto the back of your truck." I agree with that. But one thing I do really like, actually, is the fact that they're making Bucky more powerful again. Because in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, what I loved about Falcon and the Winter Soldier, the movie, is that Winter Soldier was a serious threat. I mean, at some points, Winter Soldier was fighting Captain America, Black Widow, and Falcon, and he was holding his own. Right? So he was a very powerful character in his own right. So, but what happened in the last couple movies, because they were trying to highlight some of the other Avengers whose story arcs were coming to an end, they kind of depowered Bucky, right? They made Bucky a supporting character. Yeah, he had his guns, and but they didn't show him engaging in physical combat for the most part. Mostly he was just using machine guns. But Bucky was equally as powerful as Captain America. And what they did in the last couple movies, because they wanted the core Avengers to be the stars, is they downgraded a lot of the other characters, especially Bucky, and made him just a supporting character when he was equally as powerful as Captain America, in my opinion. So
Dealt a heavy hit there.
I do like in the series that they're making him more powerful, and they're showing that he does have some of those super soldier abilities. But I still think he should have been more capable in that fight than he was. That fight on the... I mean, he did get his butt kicked pretty badly. When you think about it, I mean, they tore Bucky and Falcon both a new one in that battle on the trucks. Hey Simmons, thanks for joining us. We are talking about Falcon and the Winter Soldier, so if you haven't seen it yet or you don't want spoilers, I would maybe come back in a little while. Yeah, that's true. So, I mean, I think Bucky should have done a lot more in that fight than he did. Because, I mean, Bucky is a very powerful character, and he's a trained assassin, and he's been an assassin for 40 years. So the concept that he would get his butt kicked by a bunch of inexperienced people just kind of surprises me. Like, even if there were 5 of them and they were equally as strong as him, he should have used his experience to turn the tables at least a little bit and made it a bit of a fight instead of getting his butt kicked. But maybe that's just me.
Affirmative.
All right, so that was the primary target. Not very excited about salvage on an Orion. No, I agree. It should have been a tough fight. I'm not saying they should have won the fight,
Orders.
but I think they could have had a couple things in that sequence where they showed that he
Aye, aye.
maybe used his higher skills to punch above his weight. I don't know if you understand what I mean there, but what I'm basically saying is I think Bucky should have been able to
Engaging.
fight maybe two of them at once. Yeah, like I think
Standing by.
they couldn't have won the fight because it was 8 super soldiers against 1. But I think he could have used some moves, or he could have used maybe his arm with like some special features in his arm to at least maybe fight 2 of them at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So maybe he holds his own against 2 of them, but then he gets overwhelmed by the numbers instead of just one. What does Simmons say? Simmons says that is because Bucky has a dual personality, so he has the skills, but the Winter Soldier has the no lose mentality or complete the mission at all costs. Yeah. So you would think Bucky could have done a little bit more in that scenario than he did. Like, maybe he could have knocked out one of the enemies and then been overwhelmed by numbers. But I feel like they could have done more with that fight than they did.
Leak watch over.
I'm on the clock. What do you want?
But, you know, again, that's really nitpicky. I thought it was a great episode. So, again, we are playing Battletech here. We're also talking Falcon the Winter Soldier. We're also talking anything comic books, if you're interested. So if you haven't seen Falcon and the Winter Soldier, you're warned that there could be some spoilers in the discussion. But what really makes me sad is I'm really getting into Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but we're a third of the way through the story. So, because we only get 6 episodes. Now, I do think... Now, WandaVision what is clearly set up to be a one-time event. But I do think there's runway for Falcon and the Winter Soldier to be multiple seasons.
On my way.
I think they could do that. They very clearly made WandaVision a one-time thing. But I could see them doing a second season of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I don't get what you mean by rules of the shrink. Oh, no. I disagree with that, Simmons, because
I'm on the clock. What do you want?
I don't think Winter Soldier in the middle of the fight is thinking, oh, I have to follow the rules that my shrink gave me. I think in a fight, you're going to do whatever you can. So,
Yep.
I was never in combat myself, but, we did engage in a lot of hand-to-hand combat training as part of being in the military. And you go on instinct. You don't think about what you do when you're in combat. It's very much... Phoenix Hawk Lamb. Let's actually hit that Phoenix Hawk before it gets evasive.
I'm ready.
Yeah, the Loki series. All right, so this is what I understand about the Loki series. So this could be a spoiler, but I don't have any evidence of it. This is just what my theories are about the Loki series. So I think in the Loki series, we're actually going to have one version of Loki fighting other versions of Loki that are impacting the timeline. That's my theory. Is you're going to actually have Loki versus Loki in a lot of the episodes of Loki. So I feel like Loki is going to be traveling through time,
It's good to go.
fighting himself. It's already been referenced a couple times in the trailers, including the fact that there's a female Loki that's going to show up in the series, which is also from the comic books. So I do believe that the Loki series is going to be him fighting himself a lot. And I'm very curious about that dynamic. Because remember, the Loki in the Loki series is not the fully evolved Loki that ended up becoming a quasi-hero. I mean, I wouldn't say Loki was ever a hero. I think he was an anti-hero. Which means basically he was a hero because of circumstances, not because he has the moral interest in being a hero. So that's what an anti-hero is somebody who ends up being a hero even though it's against their nature. So Loki is definitely an anti-hero. But at the end of his story arc in Infinity War, he has actually become somebody who actually does the right thing most of the time for his people. If it's for his people or if it's for his brother, he will actually do the right thing. Not because he has a morality belief that he should do the right thing. It's just he's doing things for his family or his people. But in the but we have to remember the Loki that's going to be in the Loki series is the Loki from Avengers the movie. So he is at his core, he's still going to be a spiteful in for himself personality. That's not going to change. So they're going to have to do something where he has to decide to become a hero because that's his only option to survive, basically. So I think it's going to be a lot of Loki fighting himself
On my way.
and other people who are polluting the timeline. And, you know, it would not surprise me at the end of the Loki series, they set up the Multiverse of Madness with the Time Authority saying, hey, all right, we need you to go against this other sorcerer.
Mission successful.
And the other sorcerer is Wanda. That's how I think the Loki series is going to end. It's going to say, okay, we've got one more mission for you. We need you to go against Wanda Maximoff because she's disrupting reality. And that will kind of lend itself into the Doctor Strange movie. And I wouldn't be surprised if Loki and Doctor Strange and some other mystic characters have to team up to try to stop Wanda. Kurita takes a 4-point loss for the flare-up. So we get $200,000 bonus. Nice. Okay. And we get some salvage. Not the best salvage. We'll take the Orion part. Nope. So we're going to take all the mech parts. Except for the spider. We're not going to take the spider part. We got the spider part anyways. Okay. So I think that's how they're going to have Loki lead into Doctor Strange, because they're going to say, okay, Loki, you have one more target before your sentence is up. And it's going to be his last mission is going to be to stop Wanda. Figures. On my way to one flare-up, one erupts on the system I just left. Oh, okay. You got the computer, and it should be here by Wednesday, Simmons. So did they get a... graphics card for you? Or do you have to still get the graphics card yourself? I think we have some pilots we need to level up here.
Yep.
I never use Ether.
Standing
I
by.
really should use her more.
What do you need?
I should try to level
Ready
up
for orders.
Ether. I should make this a priority. So
Ready for
Medusa.
Mech Warrior training complete.
Waiting for orders.
Sarge is maxed up. Yeah, I have some other pilots that I need to be maxing out
Ready for
here.
orders.
Training confirmed, Commander.
Oh, you still need to find a graphics card. So the computer is not going to be very useful for you until you get the graphics card. That's the problem.
Good to go.
That is the problem.
Training complete.
I know there's a big shortage for graphics cards. That's one of the benefits of buying a complete system online. I know you can't do that, Simmons. But I'm just trying to explain that's one of the problems with buying it a la carte like you are. Alright, let's see this battle now. Alright, Draconis Combine Forces 5, Lyrian Commonwealth Forces 9. So we've flipped this now. So we should actually win this planet. Alright, so how long until our next planet flipping mission? It is not on the calendar yet. Oh, there it is, 3 days. So let's wait for the next planet flipping opportunity. Alright, so the Lyrian Commonwealth likes us now. That's really, really helpful for us. Okay. Alright, let's do this flare up. Ooh! So we didn't get a last mission, but we actually won the campaign against House Kurita. So let's go back to navigation here. Yeah, I mean, I don't think the Suez Canal has a big impact on graphics cards. But I see your point. Okay, so we succeeded in defending this. Now, do we have another flashpoint that we can get to? Not in the immediate area. Alright, so I want to keep working for the Lyrians. I should probably get some money. Let's go to the store. We got some stuff to sell. No, it wasn't me. Wasn't me driving that. You know who could be? You know who they could use? Is Tug Bobo, who is another Twitch streamer who is a tugboat captain. I think he would be a great person to try to fix this problem with the Suez Canal. All right, let's see if we could clear out some stuff in our inventory here, because we need some money. Some of these were just really on the edge of actually making a dent in our finances here. Let's get rid of this prototype. I don't need 11 AC-10s. Let's keep 2. We'll keep the AC-20s. I'll betcha we have a whole bunch of medium lasers. Oh, we have 50 flamers. I don't think we need 50 flamers. Let's keep 10 flamers. 4 large lasers. I should probably keep those. 10 light rifles. I never use light rifles. Let's get rid of those. 17 LRM 10s. Probably don't need those. Let's keep like 4. I never use LRM 10s. Okay. Medium lasers, 54. I don't think we need 54 medium lasers. Let's keep like 12. Okay. Let's see, what else do we need? Don't need 19 SRM4s. Probably keep 5 of those. 14 SRM6s, probably not. Probably need 5 of those. It always amazes me how quickly you can get through. You can give yourself money just by clearing out your your equipment here. We don't need any of these small cores. I want to get to like 5 million so we have a comfort level. I don't think we need anything less than 200 core wise. Alright, so there we go. We're over 5 million now. Alright, so that's enough money. So let's go to navigation. Let's see. Alright, so let's find... I'd like to find something that's a higher skull. Let's try 3.5. Can we find 3.5 that we can work with the Lyrian Commonwealth? I still want to hover in this area because I think this is where we're going to have conflicts pop up. There's a rocky planet. I don't want to do that unless I have to. Yeah, let's do this tropical planet. It's going to take us 40 days to get there.
By your command.
Okay. Okay, Brick got dumped. Alright, let's keep moving.
Network orders complete, boss.
Alright, we upgraded the machine shop. Let's keep engineering working. Let's see. Alright. How are we doing on morale? We're pretty spirited, but I'd like more morale. Let's do the improved library.
Commander, I'll get the crew.
Gives us +2 morale.
That work order you submitted is complete.
Alright, so all of our mechs are in good shape right now. They're all rebuilt and repaired. Is there something I want to play around with and upgrade? Let's look at the Orion here. So we have 2 MRM-10s. What is the tonnage on each of these? So MRM-10 is 3 tons. What is the tonnage on an MRM-20? Because we have one MRM-20 available. So the MRM-20 tonnage is 10. So it's the MRM-10 is much more... Oh wait, no, that's... Let's see. The MRM-10... The MRM-20 is 7 tons. So two 10s is less tonnage. So it doesn't make sense to change that. Is there an upgrade on the AC that we can do? No, can't do that. Ammo. Yeah, there's not much more we can do with this Orion. It's pretty maxed out. Okay. Alright, so we have this other H fire starter. Is this the one that I just put together? It is. It's not as durable as this one. What does this one have on it that makes it so much better? 2 plasma rifles. Oh, it has the area of effect flamers, and it's an XL engine, and it has double heat sinks. Do we have any double heat sinks kits? We do not. Alright, so we can't really do any upgrades to our mechs, so let's just head to the system. I just wanted to check our mechs before we travel. Do I think 60 follow the leader LRMs are overkill? No. No, it might not die. Yeah, it depends on... Now, how many... The question of Skewed One is not how many LRMs, it's how is that split up. Because if it's all, say, LRM 20s, then you only have a 1 chance in 3 of getting a hit. Hey, IMG, good to see ya. Oh, so it's 15 times 4. Yeah, so as you know, with Follow the Leader, either everyone hits or none of them hits. So what are the hit percent chances? That's where Follow the Leader really gives you an advantage, is if your hit percent chance is really high.
Hey, boss. We've just completed
All right,
those
we
upgrades.
improved the library. Is there something else we can do in the rest of our travel time that will upgrade our morale? Okay, good man. Yeah, LRM 20s are junk. Well, IMG, I would say Inner Sphere LRM 20s are junk. Because I would say Clan LRMs are nice. Oh, and of course there's some battles that started up here. 35 days till the fighting starts. Could we divert to this planet? We could. Yes. Okay, so this is a planet where a battle is about to start. So we are going to go there. Yep, we're going to switch course because there's going to be a fight here in 35 days for flipping planets. So we're going to go to that planet instead. So we're going to change course.
Roger that, Commander. Course plotted.
We just started a U-turn. Now, theoretically, we should have to find another jump jet. Or another jump ship for that U-turn. Hey, morale increased by 1. That's good. Let's see if there's anything else we can do in engineering to increase our morale. Let's see, we can upgrade the arcade. An arcade will be plus 2 morale. Let's do that. It won't be done by the time we get to the planet. Mad Max Fury Road, a movie about a long U-turn. Yeah, that's pretty much true. Yeah, I like Mad Max Fury Road. That was a great movie. All right, so we just did a U-turn. We're going back to the area that we were in because there's a flipping battle that's about to start. I really enjoy flipping planets. I know IMG doesn't
Ready to go?
like it too much, but I like it. I think it's fun. I like to impact the map. Now we're going to have a tough choice because we're going to have to decide which side we're going to fight on in this battle. Because we have good relationships with both of them.
Waypoint reached, Commander.
Alright, we've arrived at Zulfagin. The system is currently controlled by Steiner, but Merrick will attack soon. If we have a good enough reputation, one or both factions may have a contract to sign on their side. Let's look at the contracts. Alright, here we go. Flare up. Defend planet or attack planet. So let's look at the forces, and that will probably determine which side we're going to go on, to be honest with you. Okay, so Free Worlds League is 13, Lyrian Commonwealth is 10. So we're going to take the Lyrian Commonwealth side because that will actually make it a longer battle. Plus, I'm trying to build up my relationship with the Lyrian Commonwealth. So let's go on their side. Okay, so we have 1 day till we have a flare-up battle. So let's wait for that flare-up battle. Lyrian Commonwealth has a mission for us. Hot landing. Details will be provided en route, but it seems to be a battle mission. Sounds urgent. Launch mission. All right, so now that we're in 3.5 skull territory, we're gonna start keeping the salvage because we have enough of a relationship with them that we can now do that. All right, so let's see what we're gonna take. Okay, yeah, we're gonna take our Grasshopper and our Orion. These are going to be our brawlers. The Grasshopper and the Orion are going to be our brawlers. Since this is a battle... oh, it's a 4-skull. You know what? We haven't taken our Night Star in a while. Let's take our Night Star as our precision strike. So we're going to take Orion, Grasshopper, Night Star... we're gonna take our Night Gear. We'll keep T-Bone in there. Let's see. We're gonna take out Tainted Loki and put in Decker. Okay. I'd like to upgrade someone else. You know what? Let's take Shade in the Orion. Trying to upgrade some of my pilots that aren't already maxed out. We'll take Medusa in the Vapor Eagle as a backstabber. Actually, we'll take the Vapor Eagle instead of the Raven. We're going to take the Catapult instead of the Sensor Locker. Yeah, I like this build. I like this. This is going to be a nice battle lance. Let's go. So hopefully we can not only so we're going to play for about 45 more minutes. And then I'm going to drop you off in a raid. Right now it looks like chaotic Harmony is playing tabletop BattleTech, so it's probably not going to be for another 2 missions. Just giving you a heads up that eventually I will be dropping you off in a raid to probably Chaotic Harmony. But we're going to have this mission and probably at least one more mission before we do that. Hey, IMG, why don't you tell everybody what streams you have coming up, either later on today or Monday?
Command interface initiated.
Alright, so we got a nice straight up battle here. Apparently they want to give us a view, close-up view of
Ready
this
to rock, Chief.
hill. Alright. Alright, so where's the enemy units? The enemy units are right over there on the other side of the bowl. The last thing we want to do is go into that bowl. That's kind of the trick. They want you to go into that bowl to get across, but we're not going to do that.
Standing by.
That would be a very bad idea. So we'll go along the edge of the bowl here. Hey, Big Fluffy! How's Iowa?
Position confirmed.
That was a long drive, my friend.
Alright, let's get down to
I'm
it.
gonna hydrate. Coffee. What keeps you going when you're streaming early in the morning on a Sunday? Coffee. So, Big Fluffy, are you originally from that area? Or do you have family in that area?
Onward.
Or both? It's cold and flat in Iowa. That's what I remember.
Waiting for orders.
Oh, okay. We've got a target already. All right, Vapor Eagle, what do you got for us? Vapor Eagle is basically our scout for this mission. All right, not the... Oh, we got a Thantanos stuck in a spore cloud. Yes, please. I will take that shot. Nice.
Locked on.
Oh, your wife's family. Okay.
Aye, aye.
When you're not... Hey, you know, it's one of the quirks that I have, actually. A skewed one.
Acknowledged.
Coffee does not keep me awake. So, I could drink a large coffee right before I end up going to sleep. Like, it doesn't bother me at all. I really want salvage on this Santanos. I don't want to do too much damage to it. But I do want to weaken its armor a little bit. Alright. That Santanos has plenty of armor. I want to get some headshots on that Santanos.
I'm picking up a new sensor trace.
Reinforcements.
Looks like enemy reinforcements.
Yeah, I could drink coffee and then fall asleep 10 minutes later. So, you know, anybody who's been in the military has the ability to fall asleep at will. I can't tell you how much in my time in the military where I could sleep at the drop of a hat. It could be 2 hours after I woke up, usually because we didn't get enough sleep the night before, and I could just lay down on the hard ground with my helmet as my pillow and take a nap with no problem.
Barely hit, Commander.
Yeah, I still have the ability to fall asleep at will. It's something you definitely pick up. Some people have a natural ability for it, and then I think there's a lot of people who have a military background that naturally pick up the ability to just fall asleep at will. Alright, so Shade. I don't want Shade to shoot at the... well, we don't have a choice. Might as well move Shade up here. I don't want to kill this Thantanos. Actually, we won't take the shot because the hit percent chance is so low. I want to get some headshots on that Thantanos. Alright, we're going to have to keep this Vapor Eagle evasive. Because we got a lot of firepower in the area here. Okay. Let's move up our Grasshopper.
Copy that.
This is probably going to be a low hit percent chance. 24%. Let's turn off the medium lasers. We'll take the shot.
Locked on target.
Maybe we'll hit with one of these. Yep. Just increase the heat on that Thantanos. Yeah, there's definitely some firepower coming our way on this mission.
I hate these guys.
Oh, don't be like that. We don't need to hate them.
Roger that.
Yeah, there's so much firepower on this mission, it might be less about salvage and more about just getting mechs off the field here. I'll still take headshots on that Thantanos if we can. Ooh!
Losing lots of armor.
We got... so we've got enemy units, enemy reinforcements. So it just became 16 against 6 really quickly. So yeah, this is going to quickly become a battle of just killing the enemy quickly. Ooh, bad hit percent chances on the Gauss rifles. But you know what? We got plenty of ammo, so let's take the shot. 1 of 2, not too bad.
Well, who needed salvage anyways?
Oh wow, they really want our Vapor Eagle. We're really going to have to try to keep it as evasive as we can. Oh, Thantanos is pulling back. Ooh, Thantanos has got a Gauss rifle. Nope. Big Fluffy, there's not been a patch for BTA. Incidentally, I did link the update page for BTA to our Discord. So if you just keep an eye on our Discord news and notes section, you will get notified on our Discord when BTA updates. I had that set up. I set that up yesterday. It's a cool feature that Bloody Dove set up that basically our news and notes will now basically echo his update page on his Discord. So we'll get updates as soon as a update drops for BTA. We'll now have that information in our Discord. Oh, there goes the Thantanos. Oh well.
Enemy down.
Oh, we got 3 parts. I'll take 3 parts for a quick kill. I'll take that in this situation.
Waiting for orders.
Because we need to get rid of some enemies here. We've got lots of enemies
Acknowledged.
on this map. We need to get some quick kills. Yeah, so that was a cool feature I found on the BTA Discord the other day, is you can actually have it forward the notifications to our news and notes on our Discord. I'm going to see if I could do that for Mega Mech as well and some of the other Discords that I follow. or for some of the games that we play. Ooh, an Oozle. Okay. Also into the spore field. This enemy sure likes to climb into the spore field.
Receiving you.
Alright, anytime you see an enemy that's in a spore field, they just become target number 1.
Understood. Moving fast.
Alright, although that Oozle is pretty evasive. Yep, his evasion is probably going to save him. It's still probably the best target because of the bonus for the spore cloud. So we'll just take the shot. I might miss those missiles later, but what the heck. But Big Fluffy, if there is an update, I'll reach out to you and send you a message. But it's probably next weekend would be my guess, is that there's going to be another update. I was told by
Good. Moving fast.
Wolfbanes that there's the actual person and not just the character in BTA, that there is going to be some sort of a cool update on the next update that they're keeping secret. So for example, when I talked to Wolfbanes, I think it was 2 weeks ago, I said I was surprised that the Conquest didn't get called Update 10, because usually the big updates have their own number. Instead, they called it 9.3 or 9.2, or I think 9.1. But he told me that there's something in the works that's big enough that it's going to be 10. Ooh, nice hits on that Strider there. So I think the next update is going to have some nice goodies.
Moving to position.
Alright, we got a lot of enemies here. We need to get some quick kills. Gauss rifles are certainly good for quick kills. Ooh, I like how that Gauss rifle opened up the holes for the cluster to do some structural damage. That was nice. They really keep going after our Vapor Eagle, which is a problem.
Heavy fire.
Oh, my armor's melting off.
Do not want to lose a Vapor Eagle. Yeah, I haven't gone to the Megamech Discord. I should probably check it out more than I do. Yeah, I don't know if it'll be deploy choice, because Bloody Doves has been kind of frustrated with how that works. So we'll see what happens. I guess we should go for the Strider here.
Let's see if I'm sober enough to line this up.
Trying to get a quick kill. And it's not going to happen. So I think vehicles might be the next one. I would really like to try to do a vehicle-only start. I think that would be really cool. I've been talking about that for probably a year. You know, battle armor start was tough, but it wasn't fun. I think vehicles would be fun and difficult. Oof. Not good.
I'm taking heavy
Not
hits.
good. All right, the Vapor Eagle's gonna probably have to punch out here.
Losing lots of armor.
Last thing I want to do is lose a clan mech on this mission.
Reporting heavy damage.
Weapon system down.
I don't know if the Vapor Eagle's gonna survive this one. Oh, nope.
Battle mech down.
Alright, there goes our Vapor Eagle. I don't know how much I'll be able to rebuild that one. I like the concept of the Vapor Eagle. They're always just very fragile. I mean, when you think about the Vapor Eagle, it was designed to be a dueling mech for the clans. So it was designed to be a quick kill
Damage minimal.
mech, not a long-term endurance in the field mech. So that's a big part of the problem, I think. All right.
Position confirmed.
With the Vapor Eagle. Ooh, Strider. Yeah, let's finish off this Strider.
Attacking from position.
There should be plenty to finish off that Strider. Come on. No?
Critical.
Oh, it had case. It had case. The case saved him. Did you see how it said explosion contained? If it had a jump jet, it would have been... Oh, Jesus. You guys and your jump jet love.
Minor damage.
I will take armor and weapons over jump jets every time. Sorry. That's just... It's inbred in me. It might be my Steiner core that tells me more armor and more weapons over evasion. So, point taken, Big
Barely
Fluffy.
hit, Commander.
Point taken. I can always trust Big Fluffy to keep me real. Ooh.
Losing armor.
I'm sure you're going to say the same thing about the catapult,
Warning,
too.
heavy damage.
Man, we are getting wrecked by some of this fire support here. Ouch.
Damage. Critical.
Standing by.
No, I get what you're saying about using it as a scout. I do.
On my way.
Alright, okay. We need to get rid of... I think this... Oh, this Perseus is what's giving us all that firepower. Yeah, the Perseuses are nasty. Alright, let's do multi-target here.
Copy that.
Ooh, missed on that Strider. That Perseus is the big problem. That's where that LRM fire is coming from. The Perseus is a great LRM boat. Ouch. Alright, 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 alright. Oh, man, that's 2 mechs down.
Orders?
This is not going well. Alright, we gotta get to a good faith.
Moving out.
Good faith withdrawal. Or a good faith effort here. I don't know if we're gonna be successful in this mission. Okay, let's do the Perseus and the Strider. Alright, let's see if we can...
Multiple targets confirmed.
Ooh, one good hit on the Perseus. Ooh, overheated him. That's good. Oh, another good hit on the Strider. Come on, eject Strider. No ejection on the Strider? Come on, throw me a bone.
Not much armor left in that location.
Mercy.
Reporting major armor loss.
Come on, Night Gear. We need you to do some double duty here. Okay.
Multi-attack is go.
Come on, finish off that Strider. Yes. All right, he ejected. Two hits on the Perseus. Nice. That is split fire at its best. Ow.
I can't take much more of this.
I know
Not
you
much
can't
armor
take
left in
much
that
more of
location.
this.
Losing armor.
Perseus. Awestruck. Yeah, no, I see the Perseus here as the bigger threat. Not to mention, I'd love to get a Perseus. So let's go for the head on the Perseus here. Yes! Got a good kill there. Wasn't a headshot kill,
I'm legally obligated to inform you I'm paid per kill.
but we got 3 parts. Ouch. Sensor scrambled on our night gear. That's not good.
Showing minor damage.
Hell yes.
Alright, if we can at least destroy the enemy units, we can at least get a good faith effort. Oof. Grasshopper's really getting beat up here. Oof. We need to get some quick kills or we're in trouble. Yeah, these reinforcements are really going to be a problem. Ouch. Okay, so I have to figure out where the enemy units are to see if I... Ooh, a longbow. Okay, that explains some stuff right there. Oh, jeez. Don't fall over, Orion. Please don't fall over.
Losing armor.
Alright.
Barely hit, Commander.
Alright, I gotta figure out who the enemy units are. Oh, here comes... Oh, an arrow. Oh, jeez.
Maybe they'll shoot at me next.
You bastards. Oh, jeez. No, no.
I took a critical hit.
Alright.
Commander, I'm hit.
Alright, so we gotta figure out who the enemy units are. This is an enemy unit that I need to destroy. That's the only one I have vision on. That's the only enemy unit. Oh, okay. So it's this unit here too. So these 2 mechs, if I destroy these 2 mechs, we can still get a good faith effort.
I'm ready.
Okay, so let's see if we can make that happen. Hey, how can you not make a crisscross reference? Come on. We have to make crisscross references. That's... You can't play a game that involves jump jets that does not have a crisscross reference. I'm sorry. Alright, we need to get some quick kills here. I'd like to at least get out of this mission with a draw.
Firing all weapons.
Okay, that's a good start.
Solid connection on that one.
Knock down. I mean, they set up a real ambush for us here. Oof.
Oh shit, maybe they'll shoot at me next.
Man, oh man.
I'm on the clock. What do you want?
Alright, so we're gonna have to use our Gauss rifles here to see if we can pull this thing out.
Let's make some bad decisions at high speed.
Still got a Night Star with plenty of firepower. Let's go for a center torso kill on this Oozle.
One attitude adjustment coming right up.
There are other jump songs? Come on, Big Fluffy. That is the most famous jump song ever.
I'm legally obligated to inform you I'm paid per kill.
You and I both know that that is the most famous jump song.
I can see why people enjoy this line of work.
Okay, Skewed One, tell us there's...
Reporting.
Oh yeah, there's Jump Around. Yes. There's also Jump by Van Halen.
Know who's dumb for
Yeah, I could make an argument for Jump Halen, but I don't know if, like, yes, the Van Halen song is called Jump, right? But it's not emphasized as much in the song about jumping as crisscross. I mean, crisscross is literally every third word is jump. And I do like Jump Around, actually. So, if you guys want us to switch to using Jump Around or Van Halen as our references for using jump jets, I have no problem with that. This mission is getting dicier and dicier by the minute. I don't want to lose another clan mech on this mission. I really, really don't.
Orders.
Okay, can we get a bead on that last... Oh, so the last primary target is the longbow here. Alright, so we're going to push up on this longbow. Now, the benefit we have is this longbow has lots of ammo in it. So if we can get a couple good hits, maybe we could finish off this longbow quickly and get out of this mission with a good faith effort.
Taking some heavy damage.
I just dropped my coffee and I'm fucking angry.
Ugh.
Losing weapon systems.
I just
That's
dropped
not good.
my coffee and I'm fucking angry.
Alright, so our Night Star is in range of this longbow now, so we really could use a headshot here. A headshot here could make this
One attitude
a
adjustment.
draw instead of a defeat. Come on, hit some ammo, hit some ammo. Oh, hit. Night gear, don't die. Don't die. Alright, good. Alright, they're going after the Night Star instead of the Night Gear. Hang in there, T-Bone. Hang in there. Ooh.
Wounded. Weapon system down.
Clan Gauss rifle down. That's not good. Oh, that's really not good.
Oh shit.
Oh boy. 4 mechs down on this mission. This is a real beatdown. A real beatdown.
Now who's dumb for having all the armor?
Just need the Night Gear, the Night Star to hang in there long enough. I think we can still turn this into a draw. Thank goodness this Night Star's got a lot of armor.
Coffee and I'm fucking angry.
Hang in there, Night Star. Hang in there. If you can finish off the longbow, we can do a withdrawal.
I just dropped my coffee and I'm fucking angry.
Oh, jeez.
Lost a weapon. Let's hope we find a replacement.
That's not good. Ow.
I just dropped my coffee and I'm fucking angry.
Alright. How far can we pull back and still have a shot at that longbow? Oof. Alright. Don't even have a precision strike. Hopefully we'll hit some ammo here.
Let's see if I'm sober enough to line this up. Well, who needed salvage anyways?
Thank you, IMG. Evasion plus cover equals living longer. Yes, but I have a Night Star, so that's a problem. Yes! Nobody has a bead on me. I gotta keep withdrawing
Alright, let's get down to it.
and taking shots at this longbow, and then hoping we can pull this off. Alright. Yeah, we're just going center torso here. Come on! Oh, that didn't kill him? Are you kidding me?
I can see why people enjoy this line of work.
Oh, they're trying to flank me. Narayan, okay. I got pretty much one more shot at this thing. And then I have to survive. Wow, did they really stack the deck against me on this mission? Alright, this is gonna have to be it here.
Alright, let's get down to it.
If we don't get a kill here, I don't know what to say.
Let's see if I'm sober enough to line this up.
Oh, come on. Are you kidding me?
Well, I can see why people enjoy this line of work.
Alright, now we're gonna start taking damage.
All units
Oh, so close. So close.
Mission
Oh, mission failed. And we lost all that beautiful mech technology. Oh, IMG. I had to move around to get to the target. I didn't have a choice. Yeah, that was 16 against 6. Give me a break. Bad faith effort. Oh! We still succeeded in costing House Merrick 2 points. So we still gave them a loss. So that was a success. That was still a successful flipping mission. Oh, you guys with your jump jets. Alright, so I've got some repairs to do. No question. We're going to be scrambling now. Let's see. Hopefully I didn't lose any mechs forever. Let's see. Let's see if I lost any mechs forever. Lightly, are you giving me an F for that mission? And those were not easy 16 versus 6. Yes, you could still fight to a draw. I was so close to actually getting a bad faith withdrawal there. Let's see. All right, we didn't lose any of our mechs forever. But I'm going to have to do some repairs here. So what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to actually end the stream here. And I'm going to drop you off in a raid for Chaotic Harmony. So hold on. Let me set that up. What's going on with my monitor? That's weird. My monitor just went squirrely. One of my monitors went completely squirrely. I don't know why. So I'm actually going to set you guys up to do a raid on Chaotic for some tabletop. So let's do that. Start the raid. All right, so we're going to start the raid on Chaotic. I will see you guys.